All right. TGIF, everybody. What's going on? What's happening? How are you? What's going on, Sir Obadiah? Just DeAndre? Emmanuel, what's going on? Lady H? What's going on, Vonda H? What's going on, Lady V? What is happening? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, tonight lineup, I had it all lined up, and for whatever reason, got some error, had to shut down. So I have most of the tabs while the music was playing, but I don't have them all. But I'm gonna work on it. I think we could do it. I try to have everything smooth, so I do understand when Classic Ruby is talking about her tabs just disappear. She can't get access to them. I understand. But I'm going to try to make it as smooth as possible. Okay? That's what we're going to try to do tonight. That's all I can do is try. But, we're going to work it out regardless. That's what we're going to do. Now, let me see what we got here. Um, I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome, Mr. DJ Music. What's happening? What's happening? TGIF to you. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you had a great week. Hope your weekend is starting off all right. Mine will be soon. I just gotta pop open that bottle in a little bit, but I want to give you a greeting, at least start off. I want to just start popping off bottles because I can play a little tune for you and say excuse me, I'll be right back, but no, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the show. I got a lot of stuff to unpack, so hopefully I won't have too much with the equipment fail because I got stuff to play, and hopefully we can get it on and popping. What's going on, Juan G's? Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Now, let's see what I like to start off with first. I'm hoping, oh shoot, what's up? My tab, it is empty. Only the ghost, what's happening? Yo, yo, yo. What is happening? Yo, yo. Well, let's start off with, let me see, where do I want to start? I'm going to start off with this 29-year waiting list because I got something to say about it. I really do. I feel some kind of way. I got a story to share with you all. And you can let me know if it's like that in your city. I don't know. But you can tell me once we get into the story. Uh-oh, it's the wrong one. Is that tab the one that disappeared? Oh, Lord. Oh, I got it. I got it. Woo! It was close. I thought I lost it. Okay, here we go. All right. So, in the city of Chicago, they always have some type of program and all of that. Check it out, get on the waiting list. Well, the waiting list is not always, nice to people. I'll just put it that way. So, in this waiting list, this particular woman just happened to become alderman in the 29 years that she was waiting on this darn list. She wanted some low income housing. Back then, I think our minimum wage was $3.35 an hour, all of us. But depends on the job we had. We made maybe like $5 an hour, $6, something like that. But it still wasn't enough to, take care of a family or get an apartment and all that kind of stuff because you be saving, it takes so long. So we get on these lists. So the woman got on the darn list and they just called her and said, hey, your name is up. Yeah, it's been 29 years, but your name is up and come on and get this low income apartment. What kind of mess is that? It is a mess. I'll read her story, then I'll tell you about mine. Okay, Alderwoman Jeanette Teller, she first applied for an affordable housing voucher in 1993. She got a call back in 2004 saying that because her son had just graduated from high school, he couldn't be on the lease because they had it where um, after 18, they didn't care if you were in college or not. They considered that an adult, and they weren't going to have you be eligible because of the income. Okay, so just to let you know, it has nothing to do with that uh, rumor of the Moynihan report and all that stuff. Just saying. Today in 2022, I finally got a letter telling me I made it to the top of the waiting list. And she says, I have no words. So over here, they're telling her application has been selected for the federal MTW HCV program, WL waiting list, and you may now begin the application for eligibility process. Now, in 29 years, this woman has had a child. The child is I don't know if he's in college or not, but he definitely graduated from high school, probably out the house by now, possibly. She has become an alderman, so her salary is anywhere between 65 and I would say 80,000 a year. So I'm wondering, why is she even eligible for it? That's what I'm wondering. Why is she even eligible for it? It makes no sense to me. Well, let me tell you the story that happened to me. I got on a list for, um, low income, I guess you would call it. Had no children, so I guess I was like in the same boat as this woman. And it was with the CHA. Yes, it was. Okay, so I applied. The first year I was on the list, they lost my information. Don't tell, I can't explain why, how, but they lost it. But just so happened I had the postcard with the postmark date. So they put me back on the list because they didn't even want to put me on the list in the first place. But they put me back on the list. Then turn around and they raised the income. So the first year I was eligible, because I think I made like 26,000 or something like that. The next year they raised the eligibility to 29,000. So I just said, what jobs do you think people have that get that type of increase back in early 2000? Yeah, it was early 2000. I'm like, what jobs do you think people get those type of increases? I just want to know. They had no answer for me because I have always asked questions, people. I'm just letting you know I've always asked questions. But they had no answer for me. So I did not qualify to stay on the list. One of my friends that was on the list as well, her income changed because we were both out of school. She went toward the medical field. So I think I made 27.5, I think. She made 35,000 a year. So she was eligible. And after she told me that, I didn't, say her name or anything, but I did go back to the program and say to them, I have another question. If I'm able to afford market rent, why would I need to be on this list for low income? Could you please explain that to me? And no, I didn't get an answer. I'm just saying I did not get an answer. So this is the kind of stuff that goes on in Chicago that irritates me. It makes me extremely angry because it makes no sense. And when things don't make sense to me, I'm angry. I'm infuriated. I don't like that. It just doesn't make any sense. So I wanted to share that one first. Second thing I'm going to share with you, moving on to the next share screen, is you guys remember that I shared a GoFundMe that Officer Charles Faulkner had actually created a company to help young black men get employed by going into the security business, private investigation. You remember that, don't you? I also asked a question about where the six-figure niggas. You remember that? Well, nothing much has changed. So let's take a look at where that fund is now. Okay, let's take a look, everybody. Hold on to your horses. Now, don't, I don't want you to hurt yourself, but hold on. Here we go. There we go. $1,705. Haven't moved much, has it? Hasn't moved much at all. So I ask again, and I may have to, call attention. So let me just make my announcement. Make sure this thing is on.
Attention. Attention. Six-figure niggas. Please report to Charles Faulkner Jr. GoFundMe. I repeat, six-figure niggas. Please report to Charles Faulkner Jr. GoFundMe. That is all.
I don't think they got the message. I'm hoping they get the message now. I hope that was loud and clear. Because I don't understand everybody's six figures. The man is only asking for $27,000. That's it. You know what? That is 27 six-figure niggas donating $1,000. That's all it is. That's not much, is it? Right? Well, we got $1,705. Any math people that's good that can divide that into whatever to say how many that is per people? It's 38 donors. Some donors donated twice, but just to make it simple, divide 38 into $1,705 and tell me what you come up with. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Where are the six-figure niggas at? Where are they? They said they want to help build the community. Well, you know what? Let me rephrase that because a lot of them didn't say that. I take that back because some of them want them cheeks. So let me rephrase that. There are some that talk about how the Black boys are not at the right reading level and they are behind. Because of that, they do need some assistance. With that being said, Charles comes to the rescue with his cape on. Here he is, trying to help. This is a superhero. So, where are the people that's behind him? Where are the 27 six-figure niggas with their $1,000 to help fund this? That's what I want to know. Charles is always in somebody's stream, hogging up the mic. Yes, he does. He hogs up the mic, y'all. I know he hogs up the mic. But nevertheless, he's talking about this. So where is the support? You know what? I'm going to put the pressure on. I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm a problem solver. I got it. I know what I'm going to do. There's a list that that's out, supposed to be the manosphere list. Those that are officially, put your fingers up in the air, everyone, quotation marks, officially manosphere. I'm sure I can find 26 names. And I'm going to tag 26 of those content creators and ask, with your subscribers, can we get just one? Just one. That's all we need. One subscriber to support Charles with $1,000, one of them six-figure niggas that's in the chat room, to support. That way this can be funded. Because the longer it takes to be funded, Charles can't get to work. If he can't get to work to help the young boys, what are you going to do? He's just sitting there just waiting on funding. And he's ready to go. The man has the licensing and everything. The building, he has it together. He's legit. LLC. You can look it up. Ain't no mystery. He ain't got to worry about somebody taking it and it's on YouTube and folks laughing at him. You ain't got to worry about any of that. This man is legitimate. He's doing things the proper way, using attorneys, getting signatures, all those type of things. things that a six-figure nigga would do. Yeah. So I'll try just one more time. I don't know. Maybe I need to try one more time. Okay. Here's the announcement.
Attention. Attention. Six-figure niggas. Six-figure niggas. Please report to Charles Faulkner Jr. GoFundMe. 26 of you.
So I put the call out there. Let's see what happens. I hope it works. If not, like I said, I'm putting the pressure on. I'm going to tag 26 content creators and let's see what happens with that. Okay? Really ridiculous. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. That is so sad. Anybody do the numbers yet? I took the thing off the screen now. 38 divided by $1,705. Now, see, this is something where the women will laugh. If you think about it, this is where the women can come up. What are those women? Lipstick Alley and all those different groups and stuff. This is where they would make fun of the manosphere. What they gonna do now? Because with the winter is coming and all that, the women don't have nothing. They can't help, right? So where's the men stepping up? Yeah, I know. Right. All right. Next thing on my list is this is something that happened in Chicago. I heard about a standoff, and I'm trying to figure. I'm like, a standoff. What's going on now? What's going on now? We can't get a break. Well, we had a standoff with this dude, and let's talk about his story. Oh boy, I just don't get it. If the woman don't want you, if it's a breakup or whatever it is, just let it go. It's okay. You can always move on. It's when you don't do the right thing and want to harm the person, that's when you don't have a chance. Your life is over as you know it. Don't you want to get another woman? A try? Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. Make sure I'm sharing. All right, I'll play the volume, and then I'll read a little bit of it because I want to point some things out.
I absolutely hate it.
Oh, commercial. Yeah, I absolutely hate the commercial, but hey, I don't, I can't sponsor, I can't do nothing. So what I got to do is just deal with the commercial. That's just it. All right, here we go, folks.
Best day of my life. Now we got this killer up street.
After about a month on the run, one of Wisconsin's most wanted is now behind bars. And that is our big story tonight at 9. So glad you're with us. A first step towards justice. The U.S. Marshals have arrested the man Racine police say shot and killed a mother of 6 last month. That was the man. He was arrested this morning in Chicago. Sam Kramer joining us live in Racine. And Sam, you spoke with the victim's father, who's relieved tonight, right?
Yeah, hi there, Mary. Brittany Booker's father says it was the best day of his life. His family and this community know nothing will bring her back, but he says having her accused killer in custody is a good place to start. Outside Brittany Booker's former home.
I miss my daughter opening that door for me. Good morning, Dad. The text messages, or you coming by, what we eating today.
Her father, Leonard Larry, balances memories with reality. Sunday, exactly 4 weeks after Booker was found dead nearby, Larry returned to pack up her things. An emotional experience that suddenly took on a different meaning.
Best day of my life. Now we got this killer up street. Let's just hope the justice system don't fail me.
Sunday morning, the U.S. Marshals announced they arrested Booker's suspected killer, 41-year-old Terry Jackson, after a brief standoff in Chicago. Racine police named Jackson as the suspect just hours into their investigation. Police Chief Maurice Robinson wouldn't share why, but did tell us this.
What I can say is during the course of an extensive interview, he did offer a confession.
Detectives believe Jackson beat Booker and another woman with a hammer in February. Then police say Jackson returned on April 24th and shot and killed Booker. While police searched 5 states for Jackson, the Racine community mourned Booker's death. A vigil brought dozens together in her memory. Come Sunday, the balloons and signs have faded, but the quest for justice is only starting.
To think of anybody receiving that kind of violence, but particular a mother of 6 young children who will now go the rest of their life without their mother, it is heartbreaking. And I think the community and her family are crying out for justice to be served.
Now, Chief Robinson did add that Jackson will be extradited to Racine County, but he couldn't say when. 3 women have already been charged with helping Jackson avoid police related to this case, and Chief Robinson says more people could face similar charges.
That is ridiculous. That is totally ridiculous. You're going to tell me that there were women that helped him? I can kind of get it if it's the mama, because some mothers, they don't care what their sons do. Their baby can't never do no harm. I got that. But there's 2 more, and I doubt if they were just sisters. No. What can you say about this? You got an older gentleman with a woman. It's over with. It's over with. But these guys, they just don't know how to let go. And we talk about that quite often. And we're like, what is going on? What is with the mental state of these men? If you just walk away, you have an opportunity, another chance for another day with someone else, And yes, it hurts. I'm sure it hurts. But you can cry. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with crying. Michael Jackson and Mary J. Blige, they were the best criers when it came down to a song. We loved it. And it's nothing wrong. Just go ahead, put a song on and just walk down the road and cry. Like what's his name? Like Michael Jackson's song, that Earth song. He could just play this over and over again, pack his stuff and just leave and move on. But they don't want to do that.
Ooh,
Just cry, get out your system, get your things, and just go. It's okay. Not every relationship is going to work out. Just you have to move on. There is nothing wrong with that. But the rejection, that's what I'm finding in this space. The stories I'm hearing and then the people, the way they act on YouTube and stuff, the rejection, they can't take it. I'm like, you got to destroy something that tells you no? What kind of mess is that? You're hearing they're doing it to parents and all kind of stuff is going on. Like, some of it is in the water. Some of it got to be in the water. I try to joke with that, but something is seriously going on. And I hate that. I really do. But your hand can be your good friend. There's nothing wrong with that. Your hand can be your friend. This is a channel with solutions, so I'm just saying that you can get you some lube and just call it a night. Lube and chill. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And this one is a very nice one. This is a nice water-based lube. This is an upgrade from Jergens. Jergens is outdated, y'all. You got to get with the water-based lubricants. And in your town, I don't know if you got a Walgreens, they got it. If not, just look around for it. It's a really nice one. Got a nice smooth slip. You'll have a great time. Just it help relieve some tension. You ain't got to go out there hurt nobody. This will get you through until the next woman. It'll get you through. It's called Good Clean Love. Almost naked personal lubricant. And it's a nice water-based one. So it give you that slipperage. It'll remind you of them walls you were last in, with slipperage and all. But, you have imagination. There's nothing wrong with imagination. Do what you need to do to get by. Now, no sense of being shamed. I don't want you to be shamed. But you can thank me. You can just email me and just say, hey, I'm going to remain anonymous. You were right. It had that slipperage I was looking for. It is an upgrade from Jergens, Vaseline, and the other things that I use. You were right, girl. Don't tell nobody. And I won't. I don't tell nobody. You'll thank me. Trust me, you'll thank me. Just, I won't tell nobody. I promise. Ain't that right? Thank you. That's right. You'll thank me later. Now, I'm not putting it away because, later on somebody might come in and may need that advice. They might need it. I don't know. Not everybody here. People come in a little bit later. I'm good with that. But the next thing I want to share with you all is this video that went viral. And I'm really confused about it because it goes back to a person's choice. And when you take a person's choice away, that isn't a good thing. Everyone should have a choice. And, we play some of the videos sometime with the pineapple and all. And that's what this is. And for whatever reason, which, I don't know, people have gotten upset with it. I have seen posts, and I don't watch. This is how I do it. When something is wild and everything, I don't watch everything. There's some people that I'm subscribed to and I watch their channel. But if it's something that I want to touch on, I will not watch it because I have my own ideas and I want to use that. I don't want to have something in my mind what someone else said and then throw that in. I want just my original thought because, hey, a lot of people don't have it around these spaces. So I'm just going to say they have no talent. So I'm going to play the video for you and I'll play it. Ask your opinion. You can come up, give your opinion, and then I'll break it down. Here we go.
We be staying for hours. So let's watch it.
Yeah, I was actually reading. I ship out in a few days, so I was just reading The Art of Strategy.
Okay.
For the military?
Yeah, so actually I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy.
No.
So I do that in a few days.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How old are you?
I am 27. I look a little young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, you look young.
So where do you live?
So I'm actually in the Woodlands, Texas right now. Right down there by Houston. I'm about 30 minutes away from Houston. So I'm a little close.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your stuff.
Man, where do I start? I like martial arts a lot. I did a bit of pharmacy back when I was a little bit younger, about 2-3 years ago. I got certified at pharmacy around when I was 17. I didn't really do anything with it. I went to university for a while. I was getting like a business degree. So I have a bachelor's in business. And then I did pharmacy for a little while, for about 3 years, and then got bored. So I was like, let's go see what the military has to offer. Didn't do anything I did my PyCat about a year ago, got a 96 on that. It goes up to a 99, got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, and I was like, why the fuck not? So I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Yeah. Why?
Because he literally didn't tell me any qualities about himself. He's just like, I made a 96 on this. I did this. And I feel like I did that at first too. But however, I need a man with some personality.
You felt that quick? You know you didn't have personality?
Yes, I'm really good at reading people.
Okay. Guys.
All right. And that was a video that went viral. Now, what I've been hearing, just looking at the posts and everything, that, you know, all the bad things, women are not good. They don't know how to make good decisions. All those type of things, the usual, the usual. But my question is, did people not hear what was said? I mean, that is how you determine, by listening. If you don't have your listening ears on, then the conclusions that I've been hearing in the space doesn't make any sense. The guy first came on and he says, "Oh, I'm reading this book. I ship out in a few days." That's what he said. So this woman wants to date, So my question is, how do you date someone that's leaving? How do you do that? And I'm pretty sure she wants the physical. She doesn't want just, I text you, you text me. But you know what? I'm going to throw this in there. Nowadays, people think texting each other and being in people's chat room and super chatting and the person reading it back is dating. So I will say that is true. I forgot about that part. But that isn't what happened in this case. This woman wants to date. So how do you date someone that says they're leaving in a few days? How do you do that? Anyone knows? Now, he will be in the Guinness Book of Record if his member stretches over the 7 seas. But then again, would you want that? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Would you want that? Would you? Probably not. But I'm gonna play it again and I'll stop it and I'll point things out. Because again, I don't know what other people heard. But then again, I do. Let me play it.
Because I don't know if you guys watched the show or watched that segment, because we'd be staying for hours. So let's watch it.
Yeah, I was actually reading. I ship out in a few days, so I was just reading The Art of Strategy.
Okay.
For the military?
I ship out in a few days. So when I heard this, I'm like, okay, he's leaving. And then the second thing is, why did he call in? That was my other question that was in the back of my mind. Play some more.
Yeah, so actually I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy.
No.
So I do that in a few days.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How old are you?
I am 27. I look a little young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, you look young.
So where do you live?
So I'm actually in the Woodlands, Texas right now. Right down there by Houston. I'm about 30 minutes away from Houston. So I'm a little close.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell me a little.
So he's a little close. Okay. She didn't ask you that question. But okay, he answered it his way. Okay, whatever. Here we go.
A little bit about your stuff.
Man, where do I start? Uh, I like martial arts a lot. I did a bit of pharmacy back when I was a little bit younger, about 3 years ago. I got certified at pharmacy around when I was 17. I didn't really do anything with it. I went to university for a while. I was getting like a business degree, so I have a bachelor's in business. And then I did pharmacy for a little while, for about 3 years, and then got bored. So I was like, let's go see what the military has to offer. Didn't do anything. Got my I did my PICAT about a year ago, got a 96 on that. It goes up to a 99, got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, and I was like, why the fuck not? So I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well,
He repeats again. I ship out. I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm out of here physically. So again, I asked the question, why did he call in when he can't date the woman? He's not going to be on ground. And then two, you know better. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Yeah. Why?
Because he literally didn't tell me any qualities about himself. He's just like, I made a 96 on this.
Isn't that true? Did he not tell her any qualities? He said what he do or what he did, but did he literally say any quality? Did he actually give any qualities? I didn't hear any. I'm just saying, I didn't hear not one. I didn't hear anything where she would be involved in, like I do. What is that he say he like? He likes not karate, but martial arts. And do you like martial arts? Is anything you like physical? There's nothing that she could be involved with. So, what was the problem of saying no? Just curious. What was the problem of saying no? And got Lady Vonda here. Lady V, what's going on?
Hey, Char. Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Well, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, should she just be attracted, to his profession and what he does? Or, should she, is it possible that, a person should have a, physical attraction to a person as well? I mean, you have the physical when you first look at someone, and then, this is a little, internet show. You got 30 seconds, shoot your best shot. And he had his 30 seconds. I mean, maybe it wasn't the best, You don't even know if she found him, pleasing to her eye. The guys that are coming on, when they're coming on this show, they know what it's about. It's not a shock or a surprise or like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it worked out like this. I didn't know that I wouldn't be chosen. It's not like they haven't seen it before. They've seen it. So they know, the woman's going to talk to you for a good 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And, if it's not to her liking or, pineapples, okay, next call, I mean, to maximize the most calls, in her time on the show, it's going to give her the better odds of, maybe choosing someone that's more compatible with her. Should she just take the first guy that, shows up and has a good, profession or career? No, there's nothing wrong with her having said no.
Well, not according to the YouTube streets. They're like, nope, nope, nope. And I like what is called, which I found out is called the shame, blame, and explain. And it was such a simple concept. I heard about it, I think a few months ago, and I traced it back to Thai City, the Logic Sphere. And the meaning of it is you can't shame, you can't blame, you can't explain yourself into a woman panties. It's just not going to happen. You can't do those things to make her do what you want her to do. So stop it. And I'm like, that is so simple. Just 3 letters, SBE, real simple. I'm like, that is so cool. Wow. Okay. So because this went viral, Melly said, hey, let me bring her back. Let me bring her back in. And she
Okay.
decided to come back and explain. If it would have been me, I wouldn't explain nothing. I'm I'm sticking to what I had to say, and I'm done with it. But she wanted to come back, and I have no problem. I'll play that, and let's see what people's opinion is about that. Okay, let me share my screen. Here is that it? No? Yes, that's it. All right. And here we go. Oh, it's already started. Okay.
The girl and the guys come and shoot their shot at the girl that I brought on. So Jalea, for a lot of people, was maybe a little too quick to pineapple him and to say like, okay, I'm not interested. So today I want to hear what she has to say because a lot of people have been hitting me up, and she's here. So I'm adding her. All right. Let's see, because you guys talking about she belongs to the streets. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Jalea, you here?
Yeah, I'm
I think I
here.
heard something. Yes, she is here.
I'm
I was like,
here.
I did hear something. Yes. Wait, we
Can
only
you
see your
see me?
forehead. Here you go. Yes.
You see me now?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to work this.
Yes. Okay, so I was giving the people the rundown on what went down on the show. So you pineapple him after 2 minutes of talking to him. And I read some comments, I read a bunch of shit. So I'm gonna let you talk and then I'll ask you some questions after you're done saying what you gotta say.
Okay, cool. So let's do this. I got like a good 20 minutes for this, and after today, I'm done with it.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
So, okay, first of all, let me just say this. Everybody's like, I feel like immediately everybody's like, oh, she doesn't want to talk to him because she feels like he's boring because of his job description. That's not what I said. Now, my wording could have been off and it could have been open for interpretation, but at the time, what I meant was literally like, his job was dope as fuck. Even if you watched the live when he said it, my face lit up. I'm like, oh shit, like, okay, he's smart. I thought he was cute, so I continued to let him talk. What I was looking for and what I wanted him to tell me was, you lead with the, okay, this is my job description, this is what I do. But when you're trying to date somebody, you need to add in personal qualities about yourself, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna only be dating your job description. Like, your job description and a personality trait are two different things, point blank period.
Okay.
And if that was the case, and if that is what all it takes for a relationship to work, then these billionaires and millionaires would stay married for a lifetime. So we all know that that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I think what honestly has taken me by surprise is literally all the women bashing me. I'm like, the fact that the standard of dating is literally like automatically he got a good job, so you talk there. That's something wrong with that. That's weird to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a man having his shit together should be a standard, but like, it has to go beyond that for y'all to have a connection. And at the end of the day, like, if I just wasn't attracted to him, I just wasn't attracted to him. Like, y'all trying to make me be with somebody just because of what he does. Like, to me, that's crazy. So, in addition to that, if you ask somebody that question and they can't even tell you any personal qualities about themselves, do they really know themselves as a person?
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you think that, okay, you know, he comes to the platform, it's a lot of people watching, you know, and first of all, he's approaching. So that,
yeah,
you know, like, he got a little nervous. And then, you know, he probably wasn't prepared of saying anything about, like, I don't know. He was nervous pretty much. So, yeah. So I don't know, maybe, you know, his strong suit is like, okay, I'm smart, so that's what I'm going to showcase. But that wasn't good for you.
And I don't think that there was anything wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like he should have pitched that, but at a certain point, like, let's be real, y'all. Especially to my ladies out here, y'all. This sounds so bad but I'm gonna say it at the end of the day. Y'all aren't gonna go on a date with a man and sit there and talk about how he made an A on his test. And I'm not saying that that's not great, but that's not gonna carry a whole conversation. Now, for my people that were like, well, you could have asked him more questions. Okay, I could have gave y'all that, but at that point, I already decided I was over it. I feel like with the platform and what was going on at the end of the day, we are literally on an online, basically speed dating show. You know what I mean? So at that point, I'm making decisions just like that. You know what I mean? So I think like it's not the fact that I'm like, oh, he is just too smart. That sounds dumb. I wouldn't even be smart for saying that. However, let me say this about myself too. Like, I feel like to me, it's crazy how I feel like the narrative was automatically like, oh, she wants a bad boy, or oh, she wants a thug. Like, why can't I be in a position to where I feel like I can have both? Like, why I gotta choose one or the other?
I mean, they felt like when you said no personality, then it's like, oh, so you want, I don't know, in people's minds sometimes it's like, oh, if you don't no personality means that you want somebody that's like a bad boy or somebody that's a little toxic. Like he was too nice, pretty much. That's what people were saying.
But no, I think that's, I mean, I can see how they took it that way. And so that should have been on me to explain it better when you asked me about it. But however, I'm going to keep it a buck, and I'm just going to say this. Like, I have literally, like, talked to a doctor and we've gone to a strip club together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's about balance, point blank. Mm-hmm. Like, so I'm not recanting my statement of feeling like, oh, I shouldn't have pineapples. And at the end of the day, I'm standing beside that. I pineapple.
All right. She has spoken. She says she's sticking by it. Why wouldn't she? Didn't she make a lot of good points?
She absolutely did. I mean, and I don't see the problem in it. You know, I think the fact that she came back to explain herself, for those who really wanted to know the reason, it may be, you know, a learning thing for them. Maybe they may learn something new. But but other people are always want to be so quick to think the most negative thing. So you mean to tell me only thugs have swag and confidence? It's like, that just sounds stupid. What is wrong with a woman wanting a man that has confidence, or some sort of swag? Doesn't mean she's looking for a thug. Those are only men who possess swag and confidence.
That is what the thinking is of the men that feel rejected. That is the thinking. That is maybe even more of their experience. It is unfortunate, but there's a lot of things that she mentioned that people were saying about it. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot because I don't like to when I, want to talk about something that a lot of people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest point is he was leaving, and I'm going to go and check out some other channels and see what they're saying. But I want to see if anyone pointed out, especially those that oppose in the rejection, that the guy was leaving. So
yeah,
so if she wouldn't have said pineapple, how was she going to do anything with this guy? I mean, she's going to have a plate of food in front of her with her cell phone, and when he gets cellular um, privileges, he does the same thing, and they do that every few months or so. I mean, what is that? What do you want the woman to do? How would you handle that? And I bet you, if you ask any of those guys that oppose of it, they wouldn't have an answer to it. They would not have an answer because it's an internal thing.
mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. And because you see before you somebody being rejected, it isn't you. That isn't you. And if it takes you back to a bad point in your life, it's definitely time to get some help.
They absolutely
You're overdue, actually.
Yeah, they absolutely take it personal. Like she turned them down, and it's like, okay, do you see what we're watching? We're watching an online dating show, like she said, a speed dating show, like Mr. Music said, uh, a speed dating show on the internet, and she's supposed to like, okay, bingo, stop on the first guy that pops up on the call. It's like, no, we're gonna keep it moving, you know, for the sake of saying, he may have she may have felt like he was saying way too much about himself, and she's like, okay, well, in the time that we're given, and he know what the show's about, he didn't give me enough to go with, I'm gonna go pineapple, and let's go to the next call and let's just keep this moving.
Exactly. Now,
That's how the game is
Chaos.
played. She played the game.
Hello.
Hey, Chaos. You hit that link. What you got to say? What you got to add?
Hey, Chaos.
Are these the reactions of the ladies or the pushback of the astrophysics?
Okay, so that means you just got here. I am playing it, and she's just saying, "Hey, people get on me about this, and I stick with my original statement, and I don't know what's wrong with you people." So that's what I'm actually playing, and we're just discussing our opinion about it. So, what is your opinion?
To be fair, honest, I've been hearing about these ladies for some time now that they had this little, I guess, speed so-called social media dating show, and is look at the person and they said either I'm going to accept you or call pineapples. I haven't really watched these ladies' content per se. I've been hearing about them until recently to this event, and I'll be honest with you, ladies, not really impressed with some of these dating shows on YouTube. I think it's all for clicks and views. If we all know with KS, the only reason why he was so, I guess, trended is because his focus shifting from men to women, and he did it very effectively for almost 2 years before he transitioned last month. And now everybody that's trying to get on it, they're trying to hope to be that next, or not next, but something that top tier person to get all these people to call in, ask what they're looking for, or you ask them what they're looking for. It's a new trend in my opinion. Shari, I never seen much of this pop up until after KS started doing this. Now I could be wrong because I don't check everybody's content because there's so much content on YouTube you can't follow everything. But what I've noticed that a lot of people have been picking up very much steam since Mr. Samuels did this for a while. You get me?
I definitely hear you, and Kevin said.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin.
Shut up.
Hey, Shari, you gotta show me Wednesdays when we're offline how to put that. I have some things for you in store for that. Something very unique. Trust me. Yeah, and I got the tech for that. Well, somewhat tech, as you know from our previous discussion.
Okay. All right. Well, Chaos. It would be really nice if you knew what was going on to get your opinion, because it's nice to have a male point of view. But if you like, you don't have to. But if you like, go look at it yourself. Go do the research and form your opinion, and maybe you'll do some content on it.
I will say this because I've noticed these ladies have been trending. I did not really want to step in and do content on them per se, and my reason is this: because I take the content as something which is like clickbaitable, and a lot of dudes are getting their feelings when women are turning down certain dudes that's either average or potentially above average. So
well. Now we can talk, Chaos. Keep talking. Oh, really? Continue, please.
Yeah. In my opinion, with the astrophysics, It's kind of good for him because let's be honest. If you put yourself out here to really see if you're going to be accepted, and mind you, he looks like he fits certain criteria enough. I think one of the few things, like the lady said, is they're not feeling it because they're not attracted. It takes a woman less time to say, I'm going to rock him or not, in less time. And just by looking and how he conversates, it's either going to say yes or no. You get me? And I think a lot of dudes getting their feelings. Now, to me, I look at it and say it's bad, but it's not a big deal because, you just dodge a bullet, because let's be honest. He seems qualified. I'm not sure about his character, but when I listen to him, it's like he's still searching what he wants to do as a man. And that's fine. You get me? He has the capability because he's very intelligent. It looks like he scores. The only thing is he needs direction. You get me? Because one time he said he was doing this, then he got bored and doing this. It's like he's all over the place. At this point in his life, because he's at that mindset now, that it should be sent to say, you got to figure out what you really want and stick to it, at least. Like anything else better, make sure you got this down packed before anything else move forward. Person, you know what I'm saying? Especially you got the intelligence for it. But every person moves differently, unfortunately. They move differently,
I will add to that, because he's doing some different things and trying to figure out what he wants to do. There is nothing wrong with that. But he has spent a lot of time in the textbook and all of that. So he doesn't have many dating skills. He doesn't really get how to relate to a woman. And
it's like another form of anti-socialism. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's what
she's picking up on that, which is even the more the reason why she says no. Besides him leaving, I mean, the man is gone now since the video went viral. But that's the whole point that I was making. The guy is leaving. That's one of the first things he said. So, how are you going to date someone if they're gone? You can't. Unless your member stretches all across the 7 seas and like, here you go, girl.
Ooh, child. That's
balls deep.
Yeah, you can make some money off of that, but that is actually, since you mentioned Kevin said, we got to do one more, and then I'll give my commentary because I want to follow up with that.
I hope it's a different one. I hope it's the one.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin.
Shut up.
Well,
I like that one.
But now, it comes down to that is what people are looking for. They enjoy how Kevin used to dismiss the women. That is what's missing. That's what they want in their life. And they don't have that. So now they're back in the trauma of rejection. Oh no, rejection. I'm seeing rejection. Oh no, forget her. Oh, these women. And that's what's going on. They can't take the rejection, seeing the rejection. But why would you show up to it?
Right.
That's another question.
So if a woman doesn't want you, it's her fault. There's something wrong with her. She's flawed. So men don't reject women?
It depends.
No, it's not a depends, Chaos. It's a yes or no. Do men reject women?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the problem? Why the double standard? So women, can't, pick who they want. They gotta wait for him to pick her. And if she don't want him, then she's for the streets. That's what you hear all the time. Yeah. When a woman breaks up with a guy that is considered, we're gonna consider it a good guy. Not that these dudes were dating him. They don't know what it's like to be with him in a relationship. They're not dating him. She is. But when she moves on, then she's for the streets because she left a good guy. How do you know he's a good guy?
Yeah, could be lying.
My thing is this: a lot of people, humans, don't like to be rejected, per se. And when it comes to the mating selection, you hear all the time, ladies, Pookie, Ray Ray, Lames. And mind you, this is a creative term that these brothers, and I think I know where it comes from, Lay's probably creates, but like I said, we use these terminology labels to say that you should pick the lames before you pick these so-called level dudes. And I get it. Okay, that's cool. But like I said, you cannot control the mating market. You know, people go by attraction, you know, and what they're somewhat attracted to. It could be looks, it could be intelligence. I mean, you know, as men, we like things that looks pretty first before anything else. Anything that, you know, we'll, like I said, Vaughn, we'll probably reject more likely. Men and women are simple, and we have to get understanding of the two sexes. You know, if she doesn't like you in less than a few seconds, she's gonna let you know up front, and it's either good for you, not always a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody like to. You're not in business like everybody. You get me?
She might tell you, I don't know, but she'll definitely let you down easy most times.
Yeah. At least respectfully.
It's so dramatic. It really doesn't even have to be that dramatic. It's like, oh, okay, no, thank you, you know, and going about your business. It's like, okay, that's really all it needs to be said. Now, if you're dealing with someone who's rude, even then you don't have a reason to say anything. You know, you just came across a rude person. Should a person be rude? No, I'm not saying a person should be rude. But it's like, you know, everybody deals with rejection. What makes your rejection any more than my rejection? You know, I've been rejected, you know, by men. What am I going to do? Fall out and just roll over on the floor and you know, break down? You got to keep it moving. You know, it's like, okay, you know, it happens.
Yeah, it
But,
sure does.
But you know, the greatest test we as humans should always know and be able to conquer is how you could deal with rejection, the no's. And I think we have not developed yet as a people yet to really get a clear understanding of that, and that holds us back because there's going to be always somebody that's going to be saying no. How do you deal with it? That's to be how you going to deal with the after effects? I remember on my side of family, I think one of my cousins or something, the one thing they don't like is dealing with rejection. And I say, how can you as an adult man? It comes with nature. Not everybody's going to say yes and accept you. Sometimes you're going to get few that you're liking or something. They're going to say no. It's part of life. Hell, I have to deal with it if need be. You know what I'm saying? It's how I deal with the after effects of the no. What do? Do I whine? Do I cry? It shows how much you are mature on things that doesn't go your way. How you deal with it is the determining factor that you not evolve, but how you able to persevere and say, okay, it's nothing. I struggle, keep pushing. Once you get to person, you're doing something. Go ahead.
I gave a solution. I said you should cry. It's okay to cry. And I even no. I think it's great. The man can be by himself. He get his things and leave. Take him a walk and just cry.
Ooh.
He can do that on his own. No one needs to know. Just, you know, get your things. Don't hurt anyone. Just leave. It's okay. That way you get an opportunity for someone else. But if you harm someone, then you don't. So that's the solution. That's the solution. Now I'm going to play this what Wacky said because he's opposed to what he's saying in the YouTube streets. And he has a term, and I think this is so cool. So we got SBE, the shame, blame, and explain. And then he has HRTD, habitual rejection traumatic disorder.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, here we go.
For the past few years on so-called Black YouTube, I recognize a certain pattern among a lot of the people on Black YouTube. And this pattern shows over and over and over and over again. I see the same pattern when people speak about celebrity relationships breaking up. I see this pattern in a lot of people when they see a video of someone being rejected. I see that. And what's this pattern? This pattern is how a lot of people internalize rejection. One thing that I see that's very common in so-called Black YouTube is a lot of people crying over rejection. Not only do they cry over rejection, they also complain when they see a video of a person of the opposite sex rejecting someone else. And they so complain about it, or excuse me, they complain about it so much to the point of the fact that I've come to the conclusion that these individuals are internalizing what they see when they view the rejection on YouTube, because once they see that, it goes back to their own past, to when they experience being rejected by the opposite sex, to the point of fact that it traumatized them. A lot of people on so-called Black YouTube have allowed the rejection that they've experienced in the past traumatized them, to the point of fact that they bring that trauma onto YouTube. Thus, whenever they see a video of someone rejecting another person of the opposite sex, they make a big deal over it.
And that is so true. And that goes with what I was saying. They enjoyed Kevin Samuels saying, get her, what's wrong with you? And blah, 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 and whatever else he would say. Because I didn't watch any of his shows. I only seen reactions, or if I was on doing a radio station or on YouTube, I'll join a panel and it was talked about, a clip, but that's it. I did not tune into his show to watch, because every clip I seen was he was over talking a person. He wouldn't allow them to speak.
Short patience, very short patience.
So I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? Because I was wondering, what's the big sensation?
This thing on.
This thing is on. Welcome.
This thing on.
Hey, Mr. DJ Music.
Welcome.
I was just imitating Kevin how he just talk over people. You're not gonna talk over me now. I'm gonna kick you off.
Okay. And nobody did nothing. My understanding, nobody did a darn thing. All the clips that I seen, I literally haven't seen anything where what he was doing was warranted. Now, again, I only watched clips, so I didn't see his show from beginning to end. When he get to doing his dance, let me put that up there, because he got his dance. He was such a diva. He had his own dance, so let me put that up there. There we go. But I didn't see anything. I just didn't see anything that made sense. And then I get it. It was a particular show for a particular reason. It served the purpose it served. Unfortunately, the people that are dealing with the traumatic problems, it just made it worse for them. It really did. It really made it worse for them. Would you like to add anything, music?
I was just thinking about that young lady earlier having to come back and explain why she wasn't either mentally or physically attracted to someone. Didn't make sense to her, but I guess it didn't make sense to me. But I guess it made perfect sense to her. Um, to me, it's just another case of somebody leading with their wallet. How I saw it.
Very good. Very good. Okay. See, that's why I want to hear, a male perspective. But did you hear where he said he was leaving?
Right, and that's another thing. Why would you be on a show that you're trying to hook up with someone, not unless you're looking for one of them long distance relationships? And we all know them don't work out too well, especially if you're going in the military.
Right.
Right.
You could be overseas for a year, 3 years, and how long is that going to work? Me being a man, I know I'm not waiting 3 years on nothing.
What about 6 months? What about 6 months?
I ain't no. You cutting it. That's even cutting it close. Mm. If I'm married, yeah, I can wait 6 months to get back home to my wife. But if I ain't married, 6 months, got two chances of me waiting, slim and none.
Oh, stop it. 6 months is not a long time if you're not looking at the calendar.
That's what the problem is. I got one on the refrigerator.
You don't have to look at it every day.
It's February. Damn. February, March, April, May, June. You mean I got to roll into the hot months like this?
You know what? You're being rather dramatic. I think rather dramatic.
Well, I'm going to add.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead. You had some more. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
the dude, he seemed to be kind of nervous. And, that's understandable, being up in front of people, trying to shoot your shot in less than 30 seconds, trying to impress a woman in 30 seconds or so. But, it is what it is. Again, I think she laid it up pretty well. Yeah, it's all well and good, but it's nice to know that you work, but I'm not dating your job or your career. Tell me something about you.
So you mean to tell me your first thought wasn't that she was for the street?
No, I wouldn't. That never crossed my mind.
Okay. Okay. Just wondering because I'm hearing a lot of stuff. So hey, I just have to ask
Well,
questions.
what part of the streets would she be for?
Yeah, I mean, she was very well behaved, well spoken,
Right.
woman. I'm like, she didn't come up there, doing anything outrageous.
Right. She didn't curse. She didn't scream. She didn't.
She did
None
none
of her.
of that.
Right. None of her womanly parts were showing.
Well,
So what part of the streets was she from?
I don't know, but that term was mentioned, so I just threw it out there to see if you've seen the same thing from some of the other male point of views. But okay, all right, all right. We have Miss Regina on the panel. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, Miss Regina.
Hello, Miss Regina. How you doing?
A good evening, panel. Oh my goodness. Uh,
Good evening.
of course, greetings, Sister Char from way back, and love, and Miss Vonda, and the king on the panel who's brave enough to stand up. Yeah, hey, hey.
Okay.
The music, DJ music. Hey,
He said,
y'all.
brave enough to stand up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to add to the conversation? I got some more clips to play. But go ahead.
No, we could go on and play some more clips because because for me, I need it add a little fuel to the fire because it's something else. I don't know what it is. I need to see some more.
Okay. Well, what I
Yeah.
was going to talk about is if a man dated a woman, and I would say, or have dated women starting, get the rejection in grade school, high school, but you do sometimes get a girlfriend, you do get a chance to get to prom and all of that, but usually by age 30, you kind of get an idea that how we are as women. It's like we say one thing means something else. You may not be able to read us, and then you talk to your brothers and say, "Hey, man, what's up? I did this, and she said she wanted that." And
Yep.
so the clip I'm going to play is from the video of "Remember the Time." Now, yes, it is a video, but it's just kind of illustrate what I'm talking about when it comes down to you can have a whole lot, but you still have something to say.
Yeah, and Sister Char, can I just say one thing? So
Sure.
we are paying tribute to him with his video being played up in the corner. Is that we're paying tribute? Is that what we're doing?
No, we just got a little diva flavor. That's all. A little
dance
diva flavor.
moves.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. All
that's,
right.
that's
Just a
why
little diva
that's why I
flavor.
put my puppy. That's why I put my puppy dog face on.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right, here you go. Just
All
12 seconds.
I'm bored. I want to be entertained. Can my pharaoh find some way to entertain his queen?
Just real simple. She says she's bored. This is a princess, a queen. She got everything, everything totally at her disposal. But she's like, you know what? I'm bored. Can you entertain me? Because women, we like entertainment. We do. We enjoy it. It is what it is. Now I'm gonna show you a little something, something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you a little
you
something
bored.
now.
All right,
Yeah. Now
you bored. You want to be entertained? Take your ass in the back. I
No,
got
see
something to
you.
entertain you.
No, see you saying that, but
Who me?
yeah,
Take
you're
your ass in the
saying
back.
that.
I'm gonna
Now
entertain you for about 30 minutes.
you'll say
Oh
that
Lord.
at a particular
Music.
time, but you're not gonna begin like that. That much I do know.
Oh my
You're not
goodness.
gonna begin like that. So you
Like
stop.
for real, that's where you going with that. Like
Music, really? She was looking for a new show, not the same old show she been getting for the last 20 years. She's looking for something a little different and new. I mean,
All right. I'll put
He say,
I'll put
"Aight."
I'll put
an
on the floor.
eye in it. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Now, everyone, you have your attraction. You like what you like,
Yeah.
Now, the dearly departed Kevin Samuels. He was dressed nice, smelled nice. I never smelled him, but the fragrances that he mentioned, I liked. So that's why I'm saying he smelled nice. So dress nice, smell nice. The whole package there. And I like smaller men. I don't know what it is. I like the small frame. That's what it is. But I was not attracted to him
Okay.
because it was a little bit too much
person.
femininity to me. But that's for me. Now,
all
what
I'm
I
saying.
show you, what I do like,
Yes, ma'am.
and you guys may remember him from the show Poetic Art. And I'm gonna
Okay.
have to mute it because I got music.
And so he's still dancing and playing. We still got him dancing and playing up on the screen,
Oh,
right?
I'll remove it soon, shortly. Give me
Yeah,
a moment. Give me a
thanks. Okay,
moment.
because I'm good. Because I'm
Yeah,
good
I
on.
know.
I'm good. I'm
I
good.
know. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
She got
same
that good
man.
Yeah.
Now this man, he got the suit on. So he looks good. I'm pretty sure he smells good. But this is what appealing to me. So just because everybody got a suit on and all that, not everyone is going to be attracted to the same thing. So I'm just giving my example. When I seen him, I heard that Morris Day song, Jungle Love.
Uh-oh.
I hear that in my ears. That's
I'm
what
about
I
to
hear.
play it in my head, Char. I'm about to play it.
Right. But I'm just saying that's what appealing to me. When I seen him, I'm like,
okay.
That's what I hear.
Oh my God. I am playing it in my
I'm
head,
gonna take
Char.
you to the keys. Lock you up and hide the key.
And what you say?
That's what
Put you on that water bed.
Okay.
So you like what you like. It's what's appealing to you is what's appealing to you.
Right.
Just because you say yes to that one and no to that one, and yet you just like what you like. So you pretty much kind of have the same package. But this is what I like. So what? I get criticized because it's something I like that's different. I said no to the other guy. That is not fair. And I don't care anyway. I'm that type of person. You say what you want. If you ain't giving me no pension, I damn sure ain't caring what you say. That's just that. So I'm
What
just
you
saying.
say?
I'm just saying.
You're looking for that pension.
That's right. That's what I want. Did you have let's see, we had Jack Spade to join the show. Welcome,
Well,
Jack.
Mr.
How are you?
Spade, I would love to hear what he has to say.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Me
Mr.
too.
Spade. Come on with it, sir.
Another king in the building. Hello.
Welcome, welcome. What would you like to add? Uh-oh. Jack?
You're muted.
Hello?
You're muted.
Oh, he's unmuted, but I don't hear. Oh, let me
Yeah,
see.
I can't.
Oh, his mic is not working. He needs to reboot. I understand. I had to reboot earlier too. So, but I just wanted to, just show that you can like what you like. It's all right. You don't have to explain to anyone. If I was that young lady, I would not have came back. Well, I might have
Yeah.
honored Melly privately, but to have to like do a rebuttal, I don't have to rebuttal anything. I like what I like. I said what I said. If you like him, you go date him. That's the way I look at it. What's wrong with that? You go date him.
Right.
Yeah. Leave me out of that.
And it has been said, and also, because I am a problem solver, and when I used to hear a lot of stuff, a lot of men playing, I'm like, well, complaining. I said, well, maybe they need to date each other because it seems like they get along well. Everybody in the chat room agreeing. I'm like, shoot, you might want to try it. I'm not saying that you should, but I'm saying that might be an alternative for you.
Hey.
Well, you know what? I say, they need to look at all options,
No, that ain't
Don't leave
no, that
nothing
ain't
off the
no
table.
option. That is not an option for some of us. Hell no.
Well, no, not for all, but for
That
some,
is not an
yes.
The
option.
chronic
No.
complainers, the chronic complainers that complain about not being able to get women. Oh, she didn't choose me. She didn't choose me. She didn't want me.
Well, well, how do I say this to these men? We need them guys around because those are the women. Those are the women that say, "See, this the kind of nigga I don't want right here."
Okay.
So we need them around. We
Oh,
need them.
Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
$10.99.
Oh, 10.99. What we got? I don't
I've
need.
never heard
Okay.
of that one before.
Yeah, this is a very nice um, lubricant, and I'm suggesting it for the men. So instead of using Jergens, because I know that's an old throwback.
Oh damn.
This
Oh damn.
one gives you more slippage.
I thought she was talking about skincare products. Now I don't need that either.
It
No,
can
I
be
don't
good
need
for
that.
the skin music. It can be
Right.
good for the
I don't need that either. I don't need that either.
not a
Char, I really thought I was like, okay, for ladies, I don't need, but I just it's nice to be advertising for. It's good that they need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case, for those who end up at empty arm hotels, you might want.
We solve problems over here.
You might want put that in your bathroom.
You know what, Shar? You
solutions.
need to change your name from Shar, I got questions, to the problem solver.
Yes, I got answers. What
That's
you
great.
say? No, it's I got answers.
There you go. I'll take that too. I got answers. I got answers.
If you ain't got nothing else better to do than sit around and complain about women, go and order this, take your ass home, and enjoy your damn self.
Enjoy. Quit tripping.
Enjoy that single man party.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's an alternative, you get upset, you break up with the girl, or the girl broke up with you rather, and you're frustrated, whatever. You ain't gotta try to beat her up and chase her and stalk her and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just take your stuff, go home, put on some music or whatever you like, to put on, and get your lubricant out. Because like I said, this one has great slippage. Very good slippage. So it's like being in them walls. And it'll warm up for you too. So
not great slippage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
very
what I'm
great
about to say.
slippage.
We don't want to. We don't want grease pig up off in there.
No, it's not even greasy. It has a slippery as if
Water
you in the
soluble
walls.
music, water soluble. That it keeps it
Yeah.
nice and slick, but it
Yeah,
doesn't. It's not.
because you know they ain't getting up after that anyway. They just gonna fall asleep.
See, hey, there you go. See,
Yeah.
see, give them
Yeah,
some
you want to go
ideas.
night night? You want to go night night? Go
We're
night night.
trying to we're trying to give you guys a heads up on what this is what you
Goodness,
do. We're trying to help you. She's a problem solver.
Char, I think
So
they need to sponsor you because you're giving them
yeah,
some advertisement. They
hit
like,
that
Yes,
hit
you
that link.
are.
Hit the link. Hit the link.
What you say?
she advertising the
Right,
slippage,
right.
great slippage. Get your
Shit, y'all.
slippage right
You don't
here.
get you don't get this kind of game over the manosphere.
Ooh.
They be hating on the slippage over there.
Right, they be hating on the say it again, they be hating on the slippage. They tell you hold out.
No, you want to hold out. You want to release.
Mm-hmm.
Releasing is good. You need to release.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, sweetie. Oh.
Release. Breathe, nigga. Breathe.
That's
Break,
right.
yeah, relax, relate, release. You
Right.
have to get to a point where you can.
Be like in the you just gonna keep won and won and won, and one day you gonna explode, nigga. Poof.
Right. So this, this product will help you out. So check it out. I'm just saying. Just saying. Now, if this is a throwback, I don't know if you guys remember the movie Last American Version. I think that's the title.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this was the guy's face. He just couldn't believe it after he'd have nursed the woman and everything, and she was in
Got
the
all types
house.
of help.
Yeah, everything. And he's like, okay, he know this is gonna be his girl. But
Yep.
he was wrong because, we want what we want. She wanted the guy that she wanted, even though she was hurt and all that. She liked and wanted what she wanted.
Oh no.
Right. So hey, it is what it is. So nothing you can do about that. And this is the face you'll make, but don't go and try to chase nobody and stalk them and beat them up and all that. That's the thing that I want to point out. That's why I was giving, telling you about a product that you can get. You might see this, you get upset, and say you see the old no, you're like, oh man, what's the hell happening? But it's okay. You'll be all right. You will, I promise you. I promise you.
You will.
Right.
I'm sorry, but
You'll look
it's
at her
just
in
to
her
me.
face and like,
You
girl,
don't,
you
you
just
don't want
gonna
me no more. Okay, bye. You don't want me no more. Bye. See you later. Good.
yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Good. We had some good times, didn't we? No. Okay, that's why you leaving because we didn't have enough good times. Bye.
Yeah, most women
Yeah.
they're not real mean when they break up with you. A lot of times, not all the time, but sometimes, and it's
Well, it
okay.
depends on what you did.
If
Depends
you're a
on what
jerk,
you
you
did.
know what? She may throw some bitchiness your way.
Yeah, depends
That
on what
is
you did. If she caught you with another woman, you can expect a little hell. But if it's just because
yeah,
y'all just didn't get along, the phone call's gonna stop slowly but surely.
yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
that
what you're
I will
doing is
say.
going. I talked to you last week. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you will have some problems. You will
yeah,
have some problems.
yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
back to what I was saying about Kevin Samuels and people are worshiping. They really worship the show, and I'm serious about that. They enjoy watching him reject. It was they were living through him. They're like, oh yeah. Now there's a guy I'm about to show, Charleston White. At first, I thought he was a comedian. I think he hangs around celebrities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna let you listen. I'm gonna play it straight through, and then I'm gonna stop it and break it down in what my opinion about what's going on.
Okay.
It's incredible. That's all I can say. So
Okay, we ready. We ready.
You
We
ready?
all
ready.
right,
Let
it's
me
gonna be
mute you.
something. All right, here we go.
Yeah, ain't no woman celebrated the death of no man that she ain't fucking. That nigga ain't done nothing to nobody for a motherfucker to celebrate his death. Or he done something so good that they had to celebrate his death. Oh, I'm glad that motherfucker gone. Oh, we can breathe. No, homie. He was helping us. Yeah, he was bringing them bitches down to a level where they needed to be. Look us eye to eye. Because for a long time, them hoes been looking down on us since that TLC song, I Don't Want No Scrub. Nigga in the passenger side of his best friend ride. Bitch, so? Let me borrow your car, and I promise in 2 months I get a car, bitch. Yeah, right now, yeah, bitch. I put more money into my rims than I did my transmission. So, bitch, bitch, I'm a good man. Just because I'm in this nigga passenger seat, you want to discredit me. So, yeah, nigga, till Kevin Samuel come along, we didn't know how to handle them hoes with good credit, with money.
You know what?
Wow.
You know
Yeah.
what?
And wow.
He joking, right? This is a skit.
No,
Right,
he's
right.
he's dead ass. And you know what? The
This is this is this is a
No,
skit, right?
no.
No,
He
it's
can't
not.
be for real. He cannot.
He is real, and that's what I'm really pointing out, that people were living through him. They enjoyed watching the rejection because they've been rejected and they're living through. They were living
the
through
words of
Kevin
this
Samuels.
man.
This
But you
nigga
know
Right.
said
what? I find it
he
funny, Shar, that they weren't living through him when he was trying to talk to black men about, self-improvement back in his cologne days. Those are the streams that I would visit of Kevin Samuels. When he turned into a dating coach, I was like, what, a dating coach? How do you go from selling perfume to a dating coach? So I was
when
interested in that. Like you said, you saw a lot of the clips and things like that, the highlights, the
Yes.
viral things. That's what I saw. But I would go over and peek at Kevin when he was like, oh, in this cologne, you should wear this, and then a man should do this. And I was like, oh, okay, this is man stuff. It was pretty boring to me. I don't want to hear about that. So I was like, oh, okay, and I would dip out. He changed that really, really quick. So the fact that this man, Charleston White, feels that it took another man to bring a woman down to her level. Why does a woman always have to be brought down to a level? A level based on what? Based on you not having a job or you not
ain't
having your own
shitness.
car? I I
These
have
the kind of
never
these
in my life realized how mad men were with regards to the song Scrubs, Color Purple, and Oprah Winfrey and the Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake show. Men are so upset at
And
those.
don't
I
forget
did not
about waiting to exhale. They were mad
girl.
about
I'm
that
just like,
too.
oh my
Yeah.
God, they are hella upset with those things. And I'm just like, oh my, what? I was
only
enjoying the entertainment of it all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing I'm mad about and waiting to exhale. Ain't no way I'd have slept in the bed with her all night and ain't did nothing.
Well, we heard what Kevin said, so we got to play another one. So
Damn what Kevin said,
Oh my
not me.
Here we go.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, 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 and Kevin.
Shut up.
I love that. Shut up.
Shut up.
With his
And
sassy self. He was
look,
just as sassy as
oh, the
he could
Right.
be.
Is
baby.
anything? Well, there's three women on the panel. There's anything about that dude right there? Rest his soul. They say you're not supposed to speak ill on the dead, so I'm not speaking ill on him. But say he was still alive, and the three you women saw him driving down the road, and you got to the stoplight and looked over and saw him in the car. Does the word masculinity scream out at you?
No, not for me.
No, for not for,
Yeah.
and you know what? It wouldn't even have to be the pull up. It would have to be the get out and the walk around. It's a whole nother play because you can look and you can give that turn and look, but it's your get out, walk around, or you know how we're grown. You can get out and you can tell her, come on, pull over. I want you. I want to see you. I need to talk to you. It's
Yeah,
it's something about that
you,
that
it's
screams masculinity. But
right.
when you get out, and I see your mannerisms, and then so I'm even at the point where I know that God created some men that have abilities beyond some women, like they can cook and can clean a house and can do some children's hair and do all that can do have those feminine qualities, but still represent their masculinity, and we have to be honest about that, because and we can't negate that, because it just because a man can do certain things that's supposed to be what we consider women think, just because we think that, it it doesn't mean that that's not present, and that his masculine qualities can't be prevalent, but that individual right there
Look, I can cook and clean my
screams.
ass off, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna switch to the next room to do it.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. Your the how you move, how your mannerism speaks, and then even if you have to tell me something, so sweetie, look, this is what I like to do. Even if that has to be a conversation, because I know most of our black men that have experienced lifestyles outside of just strong black man. I think that it may have to come to a point where these are things that I like to do. I like to bake. I like to, it, be accepting, and you have to find that woman that's accepting, though. That's the only thing. I'm sorry. I got on
Oh
the
no,
soapbox. I'm sorry. And
no
then
worries.
Kevin.
Speak
Yeah.
on, speak on, speak
Yeah,
on.
it's gonna
Hanging
be
the house up off of
it's
here tonight.
gonna be a challenge for our women to accept the men who are willing to cook, who are willing to. It's gonna be a challenge for them.
Okay.
Well, if they listen to guys like Charleston White right there, and if he was serious, like I said, if he was serious,
Yes.
Lord help, Lord help. Listen, I just have to say, I'm glad I'm not in the fray no more like that. Fuck that. Excuse my
Okay.
language, ladies, but no,
It's
thank
all
you.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
we hear
No, thank
you.
you.
Hear you.
Yeah.
Let me borrow your car, and
Yeah,
I'll be up in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's the sign of a real man.
yeah,
Well, Jack
yeah.
Spade is back. Let's see if his mic is working.
I am live and I am live and direct as always.
All
Okay.
right, all right, all right.
Yay!
Okay.
What's up, Jack?
Yay!
What's up?
Yay!
What's up? Hey, I
Welcome.
came to check out my Perry Ellis shirt that old Kitten Hills disappeared with. Can you pop it
Oh
up again?
no.
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
I let that guy borrow my white Perry Ellis shirt 7 years ago. He never brought it back. I guess this is the last
Uh-oh.
time I'm gonna see it.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
it's
Damn,
gone.
I like that
Yeah.
shirt. I got it down at the swap meet.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think
Uh-oh.
damn,
Dennis Sperling cleaned them out, so it's gone.
damn. Not Dennis Sterling. That fucking freaking ambulance chaser.
Yeah,
All
he
right,
took that, I
Shaw,
believe.
you the one that took it there.
She said she was burning down the house. Go ahead and set
Yeah.
that right there. Boom.
Yeah. Touche.
Now I
Yeah.
heard someone say something about the women got to get used to men cooking. Who said that?
That was I.
Uh-oh.
That was Miss
Miss
Regina, and I
Regina.
Let
will
me
own. And Char, you gonna take it? Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll take it.
Nah,
I'll take it.
but you gotta
If you're
understand.
gonna cook, it's okay.
Yeah, but these guys, very few guys the women are snatching up straight out of their mama's house. These guys have lived on their own. They've had to cook. They've had to uh, wash their own clothes. They had to keep their. Now we all know the
I would hope
bachelors.
so.
We got that
Uh
one.
oh.
We got
Uh
that
oh.
one
Oh.
closet. All the stuff goes into. We all know.
Can we talk about? Okay.
The apartment
I'm
looks
sorry,
nice.
sweetie. Can we talk about which generation we're talking about? Because I don't know which generation you talking about. That's wanting to cook or don't want to cook, or straight out their mama's house, and some of them are straight off the street. So which generation are you talking about?
I'm talking about the current generation. Go back to Gen Xers. Go back baby boomers.
Okay.
And go back.
And they don't want to cook. And they don't want to cook.
Who, the males or the females?
Yes, the males.
Ain't nobody starving. They all cooking. All of them are cooking.
Them dudes, they all ain't eating out every night. You know, they may eat out a couple of nights out of the week, but them guys, they're fixing enough to keep them sustained. Like I said, what I was gonna say about the apartment. All the bachelors, they know the deal. They got that one closet. Do not open up. Don't open up that closet. Just enjoy the view of the living room and everything. Do not open that closet.
That's funny.
Yeah,
It
you're telling a little
is.
bit too much on that one.
No, and that's okay. And that's okay about the closet. But what I was sharing was that we have to be okay. And I'm talking about our women. We have to be okay if he decides he wants to cook. That's what I was sharing. That because I've trained my son up. You got to feed yourself. You know, darn if and I usually say damn if a woman is in your life or if not, you have to learn how to cook for yourself. And then if you end up in a situation where, oh, you want a pork chop too, okay, I can fix you a pork chop too. You know, I need my son, I needed my son to have the skill that he didn't have to depend on. It wasn't a feminine, I saw a feminine quality in him. It was just, I want you to be able to feed yourself. Cause yeah, it may be a drought one time, and you may not be cute as you was before. You ain't on the football field like you was before. You ain't on you know, and so you need something else. It's
Okay.
nothing wrong with getting in the kitchen.
But you know, with boys, when they become men and they go out and they venture into the world on their own, they all eventually learn how to cook. It's one. I mean, cooking is not rocket science. You just start with square one, and then you just build on that. And most of the guys that I know, they ended up finding some enjoyment in cooking. Now, some more than others, but with the boys, you really don't have to stress about teaching them how to cook. They're gonna figure it out themselves.
And you know what? And I truly agree with you. I think where the conversation got lost was thinking that was a feminine quality. You know, not necessarily, because we were looking at the
Right.
individual that was presented before us. And that individual, the qualities that they presented was not was someone that would possibly be cooking, and I think we just wanted to share that there's nothing wrong with that, you
Yeah,
I'm
know.
glad you finally cleaned
Yeah.
that up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad you finally cleaned that one up. I was like,
yeah.
I don't want to tell nobody I'm cooking it because that's a female quality. I don't want to tell nobody else I know how to cook.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I taught my son to use the cooking at home as a I'm gonna use the word as a
That's
shit
that
test.
right.
I
That's
said
a
if
that's
if you
that's
if
a
you mention to a woman that
I
you're
know how to
meeting
cook. That's
that
one of them.
you
That's my
rather
number
you
one.
want to do
I
a
got
you want
you.
to do a dinner at your house, and she started talking about why can't we go to a restaurant? I said it's time to kick that one to the curb.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up, that's not what we was headed on that one, but yeah.
Like this is my last point concerning the cooking. So my son, he's married now. So the first meeting I had with them after they got married, his wife had mentioned something about my son was a good cook, and I wanted to tell her so bad, madam, I already know that. You're not telling me anything I already know. Yeah, I know he's a good cook. He had no choice but to cook. He's by himself for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's
I
All
mean,
right.
even
Let me.
though even though my mother and father they had their thing during their youth. There's two things she can say about him. Your father always had nice looking cars and he knew how to cook.
Okay. A lot of them did. Let me
mm,
replay this, and then I'm going to give my commentary as I want to, and then we can break it down. All right, here we go.
Yeah, ain't no woman celebrated the death of no man that she ain't fucking. That nigga ain't done nothing to nobody for a motherfucker celebrate his death. Or he done something so good that they had to celebrate his death. Oh, I'm glad that motherfucker gone. Oh, we can breathe.
No, nobody was saying to breathe or whatever. It's just the amount of hate speech, because it was really hate speech, and the people and the doing all the trauma bonding. A lot of people just was tired of it. There were some women and men that was glad of his death. That was, kind of cruel, but
It was more men than it was women, though. It was more women. It was more men doing the Kevin Samuels stream. Well, what Kevin meant to me streams. Wait a minute.
Really?
Wait, I seen. Wait a minute. I seen
yeah,
niggas were putting grown men putting tattoos of this cat on their arms. Listen, there's nothing wrong with having a hero, but how many of y'all got Superman on your chest?
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
And I shared one thing with Shar about a classmate of mine. He was like, Gina, you gotta listen to this dude. You gotta listen to this dude. He is, and he on these women. And I was like, I had, I didn't have concern at first, because I was like, I want to hear what's going on out there, and for him to share this individual to me, and he said, you gotta listen. That was my first time, my very first time, and I sat and listened.
Mm.
And I was like, this individual, I had my own reservations. And I was like, no, this is not what. And I said, and for you, then I went back to the person. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
for you to like this person and to engage in, I'm concerned about your relationships with women and how so um it's very interesting that you put it in that perspective. It
Yeah,
really is.
that's what's
You know,
happening.
I don't. Well, I can't speak for the audience, and I can't speak for y'all. But I've never sat through a Kevin Samuels stream in its entirety. Have any of y'all?
Tried. Yeah, I tried
No, I
and
I
I
haven't.
just, I
couldn't.
just couldn't do
Bits
it.
and pieces.
I
Just
could
watching
not.
someone react to something, a particular, content creator reacting to it.
Yeah.
This lady named T Salt, and a reason why I supported that particular channel is because she was being flagged by Kevin and his
Mm.
defense team. So she had to go to Instagram just to give commentary on the videos. That's how
Mm.
bad it got.
Well,
So
that's the thing about it. If Kevin was flagging her videos, it must be some. It must be one of his biggest detractors. He was trying to silence.
yeah, because she was pointing out, and I got a
Yeah.
chance to go to her Instagram, and she played where he's talking to the woman like, "What's your name, Miss Regina? Don't talk over me." And I'm looking like, "Well, wait a minute, you just asked her what her name was," and
Right.
Yes, yes.
so just watching the video that she played, it was kind of difficult for me to get through. And that was just a clip of what she was playing. So I know I
Oh
had
wow.
no reason to go actually watch a show. But they enjoyed that because they're like, yeah, you reject her. Yeah, tell that B something. And what I've been doing, I just watch the people that got behind it so I can know what their mindset is. That tells me if you watch that and you're okay with, okay, I know your mindset, I know your mindset, oh, stay away from you. And I just know people mindset. And then after he passed away, I watched how people reacted and what they were doing. I'm like, what's going on? And they're actually trying to find a replacement for him.
Yeah,
They
and
don't
there's
want it to end.
there's all kind of folks auditioning to be the as they say. I hate to use the mafia term because that's what they're breaking it down to, trying to be the next Godfather. Who's gonna be the next one to step up to the plate? And as they say over there, put them three or fours in their place. You know,
Right. And
Kevin
that's
Samuels, Kevin Samuels did it. He gone now, so who we got now? Who gonna step up?
How pathetic.
And then
It is
I
what
this is also what I think. If I don't watch you, how are you doing anything to me?
right.
That's the other thing I'd be wondering, like, how are these people saying you doing this to the women? I'm like, But if they're not watching, how are you doing anything? How is it affecting anything? You're just catering to the crowd that wants to hear that.
Hear
And
it.
that
Yeah.
tells me, I'm like, wow, the mental state of people is really
Right,
something.
because they love red meat. They love the red meat, and unfortunately, Kevin Samuels had to kind of show them where they can get it because, like you said, if you read it in the chats and all that, and in the live chats, it's like, yeah, like you said, get that beat. Yeah, go ahead and say that to her, Kevin. Throw that big bitch up out of here, or this and that. That is just the comments are just as nasty as the ones that you hear Kevin saying. So I'm not
Wow.
surprised that where there's some people who did streams on how they didn't like Kevin Samuels shit garbage in garbage out. Just because you did that don't mean people start liking you all of a sudden.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, let me play some more. Break it down some more.
No, 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 homie. He was helping us. Yeah, yeah, he was bringing them bitches down to a level where they needed to be.
Okay. He was helping us. Now you got to think of who us is. So we know we're talking about the male gender, so we know that.
Mm-hmm.
But us, as in what economic status, maybe educational level, what, who is us? Who is he helping? So you have to look at that as well. So he's saying, person like me that don't have much, it broke them down here with me. So I got 2 nickels, she got 10 nickels, but it breaks her down, so she right here with me with my 2 nickels.
You gonna stop today.
Really?
Well, I was about to say he used the right word in that, and so he was right. It brought the bitches down to his level. He didn't say women. He said it brought the bitches back down to their level. So he
Well,
used to dealing with the bitches got uppity.
okay.
You're
I'll
right.
play
He
some
wasn't talking
more.
to women because he just like what they say about Cynthia G. Cynthia G. case. Why you over there at her, mad at her when if she ain't talking about you, she ain't talking about you.
She ain't talking about you. She
Hmm.
ain't sat on your front door yet.
Right? Why you
Okay.
mad at her? Same thing in
Hmm.
here. So yeah, he was right. They brought the bitches back down to the level because that's what he used to dealing with bitches. He ain't used to dealing with women.
Hmm.
I only respond. Years ago, a good friend of mine, we were it just happened that I was going to a restaurant that was going past her job, but the parking lot to the restaurant was behind her job, and she honked her horn, and I was always taught you don't ever respond to a honking horn. You just don't. That meant
But
you know
bitches do.
that's what they do. And so she called me the next day. Regina, I was honking at you. No, I don't respond. I'm sorry.
Yes, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you don't say, hey, Regina,
Yep.
this Yvette, I'm
Hmm.
trying to get your attention.
Mm-mm.
Right.
No, I
No.
will not respond.
Right.
And so,
Right.
guess what I'm not going to respond to?
Right. But
Yeah.
a woman gonna say if you going out with a woman, you gonna come up and you gonna knock on her door. But if you going out with a bitch, you gonna be out there in the driveway blowing the horn. Bam!
Honking the horn.
Mm.
That's what I was always taught. And even with my children to this day, and I mean even that, you don't come,
Hmm.
and my oldest is 30. And if
Hmm.
you coming to pick her up, and she has her own apartment, but if the opportunity presents itself, and it
Right.
has, where
You don't
you're
mean
coming and y'all gonna go out and y'all leaving from my house, it ain't
right.
gonna be no honking of the horn.
He don't
It will
mean you no
not.
good if he can't come to the front door and knock on it. He don't
If
mean you no good.
I can't, I need to see a face. And see, even
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
my
Who
nieces
that?
living here, I need to see a face. Because when you leave here, and even
Who
if
that?
we have to pray to God that we don't have to get to a point where police appear and say, "Who did she leave with?" I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know. What did it look like? I don't
Somebody
know.
blew outside.
Yeah,
I ain't look out the window to see.
that's not gonna be
What color
this.
car was it?
That's not
Last
gonna
one
be
was
this
blue.
auntie. That's not gonna be this auntie. That's not gonna be this mama. That's not
That's
gonna be. That's not gonna
that's
be
the day
me.
and age. It's the day and age that we're
Because
living
it's
in.
the day and age we live in. Unfortunately, we're no longer in a time where um we have that. And I'm not trying to live your life for you. I just need to know who you leaving with and where you're going with this person. That's all I need to know. Because when I tell you maps go Google and Google Maps and Waze and all these other ones gonna find out where you were, that's fine. I just need to put a face with somebody.
I hear you.
Yeah,
All right.
that's how much I care. I'm sorry. Okay, we all
Oh, no
okay.
problem. That happened to me. I was taking a walk a couple of weeks ago, and I got a phone call saying, I saw you. And I said, what day was it? I was blowing at you. And what I normally do, I keep in my mind when I'm being blown at. So if I ever come across that person and they tell me, I'm like, oh, that was you? Oh. so
Okay.
um so I'm wondering like what day was it? He's like, I don't know.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, why? It's
Why
been
would
whatever
you?
days been past. You just not calling to say hello, but whatever.
Yeah,
But I'm like
no.
that too. I don't turn around as
Yeah,
well.
I
I
don't.
get
Yeah.
blown at too much anyway. But
Right.
let's play some
People
more.
Right?
blowing at you. You think you might be selling something. You know, you riding down the street, you blowing at the one you want. Bam! She run over to the car with her purse dangling. What's up, Daddy?
Mm.
Yeah, no.
No,
Mm-mm.
wrong one.
No.
Drive back
Mm-mm.
around. Bam!
Here we go.
Look us eye to eye. Cause for a long time, them hoes been looking down on us since that TLC song, I Don't Want No Scrubs. Nigga in the passenger side of his best friend ride. Bitch, so let me borrow your car, and I promise in 2 months I get a car, bitch. Yeah.
So you don't have a car. You need some help. So you want to use my car so you can save some money or whatever, I guess. And then once you save enough, then you'll be able to get another car. What I'm going to add to that is, and you hear in YouTube that women this, women that, it's always, sometimes a lot of stuff that's negative. But one thing's for certain, a lot of times when men get in trouble, they go to a woman, mama, grandma,
Hello.
auntie, sister, a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend,
Hey, my
and they
daddy
get a
gonna tell me
chance
no.
to regroup
Brother
because
gonna tell you no.
let's just be honest, a lot of times it just take a paycheck to get behind, just one. But you never hear, at least, you see a few movies, but in your natural life, you see men going to women. In movies, you see a guy, he crash on his friend's couch. Hey, Billy, can I crash on your couch? I need, this happened. Okay, you can crash. But when it happens, in our lives, they're going over Keisha's house, a grandma house, auntie house. That's where they're going because something happened in their life and they need a reboot. So when he's saying that he needs a car, he's just talking about a reboot. He needs a reboot. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, so
He
here's the
looking for a shade tree. That's what
yes.
we call it.
No,
Shade
that's,
tree.
that's not what I'm
And
looking for. That's not what I'm here for.
Yep, that's
You
what
know,
he
I
looking
think
for. A
if,
shade tree. Let me
you know,
drive his
man,
car around. Pretend I'm looking for a job. 2 months come up until you see I've been out looking. Oldest game in the oldest trick in the book. Some sad to say, some women fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Yep.
mm-mm.
Truth be
Well,
told.
they
yes, we
do.
will. Yes, we will.
Yeah. All right, play some more.
Right now, yeah, bitch, I put more money into my rims than I did my transmission. So, bitch, bitch, I'm a good man.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That
That's an
was
idiot.
That's a statement for itself.
That's an idiot.
that was kind of interesting.
Mhm.
I'm bad with my finances. I'm more about the flash, the gold chains, my Filas, and my Jordans.
And on top of that, I don't know your name. Your name is bitch. So,
Right.
with all that being said,
Right.
dude, yeah, you are a scrub. You are a scrub. If my name is bitch. No.
Bitch
But
or female.
in his defense, now
Oh
at
Lord.
one time I used to make a habit of having two cars. It's got a little too expensive nowadays to do that. But yeah, the women that I knew, they would hit me up to borrow my other car. Well, you got two cars. But that's not the point. So yeah, for like I said, for me, when I had two cars, I had female associates hit me up to borrow my second car.
So whose
I'm
defense? How
sorry,
was
but
that in his
I got
defense?
to
He
ask
had
you,
two
what
cars,
that
he
got
had
to
no
do with the
car.
price of tea and right? What that
Yeah.
got to
How
do
was
with the
that a
price of tea
defense
in
for
China,
him?
Jack? I'm sorry, but you
What
caught me off guard with that one.
you threw me for a
She
loop.
said, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I was
you
just
got
saying
me with
about
that one, brother.
borrowing the car. So normally, what you do is you hit up the person that you believe that is going to be able to facilitate your request. If you think that mama is going to be able to do it, you hit up mama. If you think daddy is going to be able to do it, you hit up daddy. For the dudes, that Keisha might be the one that everybody else. He or she is going to say, "Get the hell out of my face," but you hit up Keisha because Keisha got that soft spot, and she'll let you sleep on the couch for a week or two.
Well, that's why they've been talking to Keisha and others like her, saying,
Right,
you know what, Keisha,
Right, because
you
that's
need
the
to
first.
be listening to
That,
these stories because you know what? I'm sorry, whether a man knows Keisha or not, a man's got to be a man. You
that's
do
that.
not be you before you even met me. You already had to be a man, and you already had to take care of all that. I am not here to take care of a grown ass man. That is a no. Just like
She,
men are saying they don't want to sit up there and just take care of a woman. You want to meet a woman who's in need. Don't no woman want to meet no man who's in need. Get out of my face. I have enough problems as it is.
see, the man in me says one thing about this character. You told me you said it all when you said I put more money in my rims than I do my transmission. What good is the rims without the transmission? The car ain't going nowhere.
But it looks good parked there. What you talking about?
What good is the man who bought the rims for the car that didn't have a good transmission?
It looks
That's
good.
exactly what I'm saying. What's his mindset?
When I take my pictures for the gram, I look
Oh, right, for the
good.
gram. You posing for you flexing for the gram. You
Yeah.
fancy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But the Keisha are the ones that's rewarding those type of guys with the vag in this crazy
Well, that's
belief. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute.
that's
Wait a
who
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
that's who he was
In
talking to.
in
Them bitches.
in in belief that the dude is going to change his ways to maintain his access to the vag. And as we all know, that don't work. You're just rewarding the guy for being a habitual screw up.
Well,
There are
that's who
those
he was
women.
putting
And
back
that's
in
who you should
place.
be looking for is Keisha and not being getting upset when Amber rejects him. Go to
Right.
Keisha.
Well,
That's what he said.
the quote unquote Keisha is all up and down the social economic chain. I mean, there's when I was living in Raleigh, North Carolina, there was a female district attorney,
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of Keishas. You shouldn't have a problem.
Keisha, who had taken in a
It
dude
was
that
Keisha. It was. Oh, yeah,
was
yeah.
involved, dating her, living with her, still involved in criminal activity. So yeah, the Keishas are all up and down the social economic
Then
chain.
what's the problem? Why are they complaining then? If Keishas are everywhere, then get a Keisha then.
Wait a minute, I didn't say that. I said Keishas are all up and down the economic chain. That's what I said.
But
Let
I
me
say
mute.
if that's the case,
Let me mute this.
Spade, then why don't men just go ahead and just get you a Keisha? They're everywhere. They're a dime a dozen. Apparently, if they're all up and down the economic chain, they shouldn't be hard to find. Don't be complaining about the Ambers. Go and get you a Keisha then.
Because it's all about. It's just like baseball. If you don't get up there and take a at bat, you're not going to get a hit. So you got to try all the quote unquote Keishas till you find the one that lets you do what you want to do. It ain't. It's not stenciled on their forehead. You gotta hit them up.
Here in live.
They gotta put in a little bit of work, and they just want it to be easier.
No,
you got to interview them.
I'm gonna send the chopper out in a minute. I'm gonna send the chopper out in just a minute. Hold on, Jack.
Sister Vonda, he spoke the the words that it's true and relevant.
Get your
You have
parachute
to
on, brother. Get
get
your
the
parachute
one
on.
that puts up with you. And, that will allow you to do what you want to do. He said the words, and that's what it seems like they want. And yep, it's borrow my car. How we gonna move through this? That's what it seems like. That's just what it seems like to me.
Hey, I love my father. May he rest in peace. He passed away 11 years ago, but he was Charleston White. He made a career out of it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh,
Let's
damn.
listen to a little bit more. There we go.
That's good.
Just because I'm in this nigga
And
passenger seat, you want to discredit me. So yeah, nigga, till Kevin Samuel come along, we didn't know how to handle them hoes with good credit.
All right. Good credit. Didn't know how to handle the
They
women with
went
good
from
credit.
hoes to, I mean, from bitches to hoes. So
Them
different.
bitches the
no,
hoes. We didn't know
yes,
how to handle them hoes with good credit.
them
So basically,
hoes.
It's
what he
not
saying
basic
is,
respect for women.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
not even a
and this
basic respect for women. So
break them down. I don't care whether you call them bitches or hoes. Here's the Kevin Samuels method: break them down until you find the one with good credit. Break her down, and she'll give you anything you want to. Don't compliment her about anything. You got to bring them down to your level. This nigga ain't got nothing. He has nothing.
nothing to
He has
offer,
nothing to offer.
but
So
some
many
rims
times
and a
you hear
bad
over there
transmission.
what you bring to the table. What he brought to the table.
Whatever.
He ain't even got he ain't even got the truck to go get the table. He got to borrow your car.
Hush. Hush.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin said, 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 and Kevin. And what about Kevin? Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin?
Shut up.
Yeah.
That boy's boots are
Shut
bigger
up.
than him. I bet you those boots weigh more than him.
Shoot, that's how the parents buy them. Shoot, them kids' feet be growing. Shoot, gotta do what you gotta do.
Trash.
I just, okay. Never mind.
Few
Yeah,
seconds left.
that's what the next time I'm looking for some manhood, how to be a man video, I'm gonna go back and see what I can find on Kevin Samuels. That'll teach me.
Mm,
Okay.
okay. And if that's where you think you're going to get learnt, you
Right,
get another.
right.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
That
learn
won't,
something all right. I'm gonna learn
yeah,
how
no,
not
that
to
won't be the
become.
place.
Right. How not to.
But there's one thing I've been equating about these young men. Most of them, all of them are younger than me. Now we all have played video games before, Atari, and
You dating
Nintendo.
yourself, bro.
Yeah, I know. So you
Ain't
know that
nothing wrong with it.
so
Ain't nothing
you got the cheat codes. So you go get the cheat
wrong.
code so you can play the game to beat the game. My problem with these
Mhm.
dudes is, yeah, Kevin may have given y'all the cheat code, but y'all don't want to take them cheat codes and go out and play. Y'all want to take them cheat codes and debate each other online. Like, yo, take what you've learned and go out there and apply it in the real world. Get to find yourself that Miss Special somebody. Get from behind that damn
Oh.
keyboard.
This is was Kevin Samuels wrong about everything? Of course, there's no man on this earth that's wrong about everything. It was more in his delivery and how he rose to fame. We know where he came from. How do people fall in line with someone that you know willingly and fabricated his life story to where it's almost a '90s sitcom if you go from the facts of life to all the way up to what's that room 227. That's Kevin Samuels to a T. But there's folks that fell for that.
I mean,
Hook,
it was.
line, and sinker.
I mean, it was entertainment, but at the end of the day, if anybody sees me in any of these comments, you may see me put down there. If someone gave you the cheat codes, then take the codes and go and learn how to win the game. And I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be all about. But these dudes are just afraid of doggone women. At the end of the
Well,
day,
let me ask you, Jack.
Well,
If
speak that.
everybody got the
Well, speak it.
Jack, let
Speak
me
it.
ask you.
Speak.
If everybody got the cheat codes, how you win?
well, I mean, if you same thing as a video game. I mean, same thing as a video game. You take the cheat codes and you do get to the end of the game, even though you cheated. I'm trying not to curse. You cheated your butt all the way through the game. Technically,
Right.
you did
Right.
win.
So you didn't learn nothing. So you're still back at square one. Who wins?
No, but then what you end up doing, I can speak for myself, is okay. I've got to the end of the game. I've got my instant gratification. Let me go back to the beginning of the game and try to work my way through without the cheat codes.
Yeah. And see where that leads you.
Right.
They just
So you
want an
want.
easy
So
win. And
you.
you know what? Life is not about easy wins. You got to put some effort and some work in it.
That's exactly
Sometimes you
it.
got to put a little bit of elbow grease in it for it to mean something. The woman of your dreams or the woman that you're supposed to, quote unquote, spend the rest of your life with is not just going to walk up and be this raven beauty and find you utterly attractive. Dude, you're going to have to put some work into it. You're going to have to, be self-accomplished. And for some dudes, or for most of these dudes, that is utterly terrifying. They want her to show up on their doorstep like an Amazon package delivery.
Right.
That is correct.
Right. So, right.
And
So
with me now,
maybe that is the lesson, Jack, in getting the cheat codes. You found out that that the experience is much better than the quick instant gratification of a cheat
Right.
code.
It ain't the Amazon Prime. Like it's
Right.
gonna be there overnight. Like
Right.
it's coming. That's not if it comes to you in that form, you haven't worked for there's no interest, really to why should I present myself as such?
That's
There's
right. That's
nothing
why you
there.
got to wait for
Yeah.
Vonda for 6 months.
but with me being
Fly by with the wonderful conversation that
well, with me being on the twilight of dealing with women, at the end of the day, it really wasn't about who I got, how successful I got the person or the women. It really is about the doggone journey, the ups and downs, the comical situations, the what the hell situations. That was always the fun part, and
Right.
and that is something that gets lost with a lot of these guys because
That's what we got lost with the cheat codes and going over to Kevin Samuels. Well, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying folks in particular. Going over to the Manosphere and listening to Kevin Samuels and dare I say the Angry Man, Obsidian. Those guys issue out cheat codes. These guys think they're getting quick fixes to their problem, and it's obvious they're not. They really are not. They end up online buying that right there.
yeah, so that's why I said there's nothing
Good,
wrong
clean
with
love.
there's nothing wrong with the cheat code, but you got to get out there and play the game.
Well, that is the
And
problem. See, that is the problem. You keep saying there's nothing wrong with the cheat code. Yeah, it is, because everybody's buying the cheat code. So somebody's profiting off those guys that's buying those cheat codes. That's thinking you got dozens and dozens and dozens. And I hate to bring it into real life resistance, but I mean, looking at how many screens now they're talking about the feds is looking at the manosphere. Them guys that fucked up? That the feds
yeah,
got to
don't
put them on a watch list?
don't delude, don't put it down. I'm looking for my pen. I got to write this down.
Yeah, this is good, clean love.
Yeah.
Damn.
Almost
Jack,
naked personal
see,
lubricant.
there's some
Screenshot,
things we
Jack,
didn't need to
baby.
know. We didn't need to know that, bro. You could have hit her in the back chat and asked that.
It has good slipperage.
Right.
What you
Damn.
say? Hey,
It's going to remind you of being in those walls.
this
So
is recorded.
All by your damn self. I'll
And
give
this
you. I'll send you a playlist too. You order the whatchamacallit from her, and I'll send you a He-Man. Oh, I love myself playlist.
not the playlist. Whoo, wait a minute.
It only gonna have a 1 minute song on it. I'm done.
Not 1 minute. Oh,
I
no.
love it. I love it. Give them 2.5. Give them 2.5.
All right, that's gonna cost you more. For the extended version, it's gonna cost you more. Don't fuck around and ask for a remix, all right?
What you say? What you say?
I will play the rest of this little bit and
Oh goodness.
see what the comment we have on here. Here. There it is. Okay.
Till Kevin Samuel come along, we didn't know how to handle them hoes with good credit, with money.
Maybe they should have. Your parents or somebody should have taught you. But okay.
I'm like, what is there to handle? It's you dealing with the individual. You just work with the flow.
No,
Nope, that sounds like a species. A hoe with good credit sounds like a species.
A hoe with good. Where they handle that at? A hoe with good credit.
We didn't know how to handle them hoes with good credit. That sounds like a species. I'm like, oh my goodness, where are they
Man,
at? Where are those at?
What is your occupation?
I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe with good credit.
And then can I ask you, how long you been hoeing? Oh, 10 years. Do you have any
For
references?
the past 10 years. Yes, I've been hoeing at the current location.
I mean, I'm sorry. If a chick can have an 800 credit score, but if she's dead wood in bed, you ain't gonna rate her based on her doggone credit. You're gonna
Would
base
you
her.
get a 5 or 4-star rating? Would you give her a 4 or 5-star rating?
Like, baby, I can go down the street and go get Keisha. She's a whole lot better in bed than you are. And her credit's jacked up.
Listen, did you meet somebody named Keisha today? Is she not telling us something?
So,
No, as far as I recall, I don't think I've met anybody named Keisha. Now I've met some Keisha
You
quality.
sound like
you ain't never
sound
met
like
a Keisha.
You sound like a bit of a Keisha chaser. I don't
It
know.
was
I
a
don't know about you.
Keisha. It was Rhonda.
Yeah,
It was you ain't never met a Keisha.
yeah. I think there's Keishas all in my family. There's
Yeah,
about seven.
like I said, I've had some Keisha qualities.
Okay.
You know, everybody has to have a in case of emergency break glass situation.
Oh,
Oh God! I don't even know what that is. I don't.
I'm gonna leave that alone right there.
Yeah, leave that right where
Ladies,
you put it.
y'all want me to go on mute right quick, like?
I already done it.
All right. I'm gonna leave you out there hanging out to dry on that one, Jack. Bye,
Well, in case of emergency, got that good, clean love.
nigga. That's where he gonna end up tonight. Empty arm hotel.
You want to know what? Unfortunately, it took me about 30 years to realize, yeah, bro, just go ahead and get the lube and save yourself a call window. But hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Oh,
See what I'm doing? Jack is joking, but Jack is serious. It
I
seems
know
like
he
I'm
is.
joking, but I am serious. I'm
That
trying
sound
to
like
give
it.
you the
That
right
sound like an event
loop.
in his life.
As far as the Jergens, put the Jergens down. There's something new. You got to improve. You need something with more slipperage, something that's going to remind you of those walls you used to be in. So this is a
Or I've never been in.
It's a juice.
Well, some of them been
He
in.
might.
You know.
I don't know, Shaw. They got them plastic sex dolls now. They make them almost look real. They have conventions with them motherfuckers.
Them dudes is cheap. They can't afford that.
You're right.
$10.99 almost
That's right.
naked personal
Because
lubricant.
if they
How
did,
much are they
Charles
trying to
Faulkner would
spend?
be getting some big donations, right? If they could afford them dolls, Charles Faulkner, I know he could get more than how much he got? $17?
$1,705.
Yeah, where them 6-figure niggas at? They dropped out the sky yet? Bloop bloop.
I'm still looking for them.
Yeah,
Still looking for them.
I
Anybody
ain't
seen
seen
them in the
them yet.
chat room?
Well, I
Let
ain't tell
me
you right
check.
now. I ain't got 6 figures. I wouldn't I wouldn't donate a donut to Charles Faulkner. The hell.
Skinny, Jack Spade, Joe W. Anybody? Have you all seen the 6-figure niggas? Because
They're
there's a
all on YouTube.
GoFundMe.
I've met a lot of dudes that are 6-figure. Apparently, all of them are here on YouTube.
Yes.
You can't
Yeah,
hit a chat without bumping into one. That I know
yeah,
that
yeah,
much.
yeah. I bumped into them. It seems like every chat I go to, I bump into one or two. But they tight with that money. They don't like giving out that money,
I know.
especially
I
for
know.
good causes. They'll buy
I
jeans, tennis shoes, cars, watches. But if it goes to the little black boys, fuck them niggas, fuck them kids.
But it's a great cause, though. I mean, Charles
They
Faulkner
don't look
is.
like me. Fuck them kids. They don't look like me. Fuck them
But
kids.
but this is what they talked about. They said that
Fuck
the
them
young
kids.
men. Hey,
Fuck
I'm
them
just
kids.
saying.
I tell you. I mean it down. Bust them down to the white meat. Fuck them kids. They don't look like me. I got to get me some
Well,
rims. Y'all just heard my man say earlier, he got to get him some rims.
That music, that's not all black men. Stop.
well, I know
We
of two.
will
I know
not.
of,
Them
That's
over
right.
there.
We will not allow that to be.
Right. You ain't heard me say me. I say them.
Yeah, but not all of them. Not all.
well,
Most of them. Most of them. Or we wouldn't be having this conversation. It's enough of them.
You know what? I like that. It's enough of them. You're right. It's
yeah.
enough of them. Or
well,
else
I
we
know
wouldn't
of,
even be having this conversation. It's enough of them, which
I
is
know
too
of
many.
two high value men. One is bumming my couch. The other one is bumming my second car. But once they're done, I'll get with them about the money.
All right.
Wait, what?
Attention, attention, 6-figure niggas. Please report to Charles Faulkner Jr. GoFundMe immediately.
Oh, excuse me.
What you say?
I thought that was Freakazoid. I thought somebody was about to play a song.
Right? I report to the dance floor. Hey, hey.
That's all we need is 16 more with $1,000. That's it.
Shit. Well,
I mean, I'm
Okay, I
sorry,
got 5
26.
on it.
26, I'm
don't put
sorry.
me nowhere on that list. I can tell you that right now.
Well,
You'll be needing
put
16
5 on
tomorrow too.
Well, I know,
it.
this is only
I
for the
wouldn't.
6 figures. That these are the ones that say they are. So
Shit.
if this is not funded more next week, I will be tagging people in. I'm going to go to that BGS list that he has, and
I
I'm going to
say
pick
we.
26
Ooh.
people.
How much you say he got again, Sean?
He has $1,705.
$1,705.
He needs
Yes.
more
I bet
support.
this time. I bet he will not have $2,000 this time next week.
Well, we're going to see. If he does
All
not,
right, the bet is on. Do you guys hear that?
yeah, the bet is on. I will be tagging the
If
people
he
that's on
is,
the list.
I'm gonna wait to if he has $2,000, I'm gonna wait to the next sunny day, and I'm gonna run down Main Street butt naked in blue underwear.
But
I
naked
miss what he
in
DJ
was.
underwear.
Music. Now you know you're gonna have to videotape that. We're gonna have to get
Right?
video of that.
Right? Because I'm like, okay,
Don't
so
don't be
Content, yeah.
don't be putting your naked ass out there if you ain't willing to
if
do
you ain't finna
Share,
show it,
share.
yeah.
I'm gonna start out with them Prince ass out jeans.
You know what? Okay.
I missed what he was saying. I was trying to Amazon those
I'm glad
that
you
lube.
did.
I think it's on sale too. If you go to Walgreens, it's buy one get one half. So
Right.
you might be
Buy one
better
get
off.
one free. Shit, you might as well go ahead and get you a 6-month supply, nigga.
But I am serious. Charles has a program. He has everything set up, and folks are not donating to him. And I don't understand that because they said that they care about the black boys.
Look,
I'm not
you
understanding.
listen. I said this behind the scenes, so I say it public. I don't like talking about people behind their back. Looking at that picture, does that motherfucker say donate to a worthy cause? Hell no, he looked like he auditioning for Pimp of the Year. Fuck out of
donate
here.
for my training. What is the training for? What we?
All right. It says, greetings. My name is Charles Faulkner Jr. I am a veteran of Operation Iraqi Freedom and a former police officer of the Baltimore Police Department. I have
He's no
recently
longer.
started a security business, Black Lion Security Firm LLC. I am looking to not only further my training in the security protection services, but also training of young disenfranchised males who are looking for mentorship and job opportunities in the
Mm,
private security protection field. I need your help to reach higher goals in this new
mm,
venture. More
mm,
training means more job opportunities,
mm,
mentorship for teens and young adults, especially in the urban community. So
mm.
that's what he's doing.
Okay, so he needs more funds for his training series. Okay.
Right. Well,
Yes.
Okay,
basically,
that's a smart
I'm gonna
thing to
break it down a little
do.
further. He needs the government to give him money so he can pay people to get trained, so he can send them out on their jobs, so he can take a percentage to the company. It's like a when you go to a how do you say it, a temporary agency,
Yes.
and they send you out on the job,
Because
and
they're
maybe
still
for
getting
90
paid
days you work
whether
at that
you work or
position.
not. They're still
Huh?
getting paid whether you work or not. They're still getting
Yeah,
paid.
exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm not for certain about the details of that, but I'm looking at the fact that this man has put in money. He got the licensing and everything, and he's ready to train to get these young men trained and ready. So that's what they're talking about. They want some change. So this will be change. The space has been here. Most things you get is that what is it? SBE. Shame,
Hey,
blame, and explain. That's all you get a lot of. So let's get something going that can help. That's all
hey,
I'm
Floyd,
saying.
don't he hang around a bunch? Don't just about all the streams that Charles goes into. Isn't there a bunch of 6-figure niggas in them streams?
Exactly. And I'll be tagging them in the future. So we're going to see what
No,
happens.
So
you need to
so
be tagging them right now.
right, you're
If
right. Don't
they
wait.
if,
Don't wait to the future. Call them out right now. Wait a minute.
no, they need to be called on this right. Yes.
I'm
Just
giving
wait a
them
minute.
1 week. That's all. I'm giving
Right,
them
you're
one
giving them a
week.
week. We just
I'm
got a
giving them
week
1 week.
notice.
1 week notice.
Cause us little $50, $100 maybe. Folk.
Honey,
He need to have those individuals on the map and on the page and their contribution
that's called a tax write-off.
yesterday.
If you're a 6-figure nigga,
Yesterday.
you already see an opportunity.
Yesterday.
That's called a tax write-off.
Yesterday.
I would love
If
it
you're a
if been
six-figure nigga,
funded yesterday, but we'll see what
right?
happens. We're
You
going to see.
automatically get automatically gonna get that money back via taxes. You donate 2,500 to a cause like a HBCU. Now you can go back and inflate a little bit and say, well, because everybody inflates their charitable. You can say what you can give up to $5,000 in charity and claim it.
I forgot the amount, but all we need is 26 people, $1,000. I ain't asking for
Mm,
much. That's all. And there's
okay.
enough people
Okay.
Yeah,
in the space.
you'll get it. You got two chances of getting it, slim and none.
Yeah.
Well, I'm holding out faith. That's all I'm going to say. I've been in the space a
All right,
while. I'm
get ready to
going
put them on
to
blast.
reach people. We're going to see what happens. And that's all I can say. So I'll tag the 26 people next week. All we need from those content creators is one subscriber to donate $1,000, and Charles can go ahead and get this rolling and popping.
Wait a
Right.
minute. I heard one of these 6-figure guys say today he has a maid that comes to his house that cleans the top to bottom at least twice a month.
Wow.
He
I
has a
Okay.
would
maid that
donate.
comes to his house,
I would
cleans it
donate
from
to the cause.
top to bottom twice a
That's
month.
nice. That's nice.
That's nice.
Hopefully he'll donate.
I would donate to the cause, but I gave at the house.
Okay.
What's that, Jack?
I said I would donate to the cause, but I gave at the house.
Yeah, yeah. I rob from the rich and get the polo. Me too. Sure
Oh,
did.
okay.
Okay. Well, I
Will
want to
do.
thank you all for tuning in and joining the conversation. It has been a blast. Um, I will go ahead and do a stream tomorrow. Ruby won't be joining, but I do have 2 Karens for you. That's the best I can do. I put her in charge of the Karen, so I only got 2 for you, but I hope you watch anyway. I'll have some news for you, and we'll have a good time. All right, so 6:30
Yay.
p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow, and you guys stay safe until we meet again. Stay safe and peace.
Peace out,
Peace
family.
and
Peace out,
love.
y'all. All right, y'all be good now.
Y'all